Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Green Dragons Gaming Club. Without us, they'd never feel like winners. Without them, we couldn't look so good. So, today we have the Vampire Covenant versus Dwarven Holds. This Vampire Covenant is played by Chris. Chris just went out down to Buckeyes. He actually plays 12th in 12th with Buckeyes. Actually, with the list, I'm about ready to play because he's getting ready for ETC. Chris, I can't say enough about him. He's new to my group. He's an extremely good player. Such a fun person to play against. So knowledgeable with the rules, and I can't say enough about him. So, for those of you who watched and you were over at Buckeye Battles and you played against him or met him, that's all I can say is he had nothing but great things to say about you guys when he came back. And hopefully next time I'll be able to get out there. So I'm in a Dwarven Holds kick. I'm going to be with this army until it's painted. I have had these models for way too long, and they need paint. That's all I can say is they need paint. And dwarves are definitely a good strong army list too. So right now here's the Vampire Covenant list. So this is what he's going to take over until him over to Greece, over to Athens. He's going to have a vampire count. He's a Blender Lord, level 4 Necromancer. He's got a level 2 Necromancer out of Death. The other two are out of Necromancy. He's got a Fell Wraith with the Beastbane Halberd that goes into the 40 Ghoul unit with full command. He's got 2 units of zombies, 20 strong, 2 units of werewolves, 33 barrel guards where he throws in his general, 5 spirit hosts, 2 units of great bats, and a unit of 5 winged reapers with halberds. So out of his list, the only thing that concerns me is actually it's not the ghouls, it's the barrel guard and the winged reapers. I don't want to get touched by those units. Those units to me just scream they're going to hit you, hurt you, and kill you. So here's my Dwarven Holds list. I made this a few weeks ago. I haven't touched it yet. I really haven't made much in the way of change to this. And I just don't know what I should do. But at the same time, it's working the way it is. And I like a balanced list. I prefer balance. And I like spreading out my points. So that's why my thing is I have so many points in my characters. What do I drop? Because everything has its own unique rationale. So my King on the War Throne, I like that. He's got 6 wounds with the 1-up armor save. He's doing D3 wounds when he actually wounds you, but he's only strength 4. You have to reroll your wounds to wound him. He's got the Rune of the Forge, so if you're hitting him with fire, alright, he's a 2-up ward save, otherwise he's got a 5-up ward save. Then I've got my Thane, that's just a BSB, nothing else on him, he is just a BSB. Then I've got my Engineer with the Wormslayer rocket and shield. My other Thane, which is the Clan Leader, same as last time. I've got the 12 Gilded Marksmen with a Champion and shields, the 10 Marksmen, the 25 Clan Warriors, the 10 Clan Warriors. It's going down the list. I think one thing I might do is get rid of the 10 Marksmen with the crossbows, but the crossbows have their use for those. I don't know, and at the same time, what am I missing on this list? I am missing on this list. Alright, I have to just write it down, but they're supposed to be in this list. The 10, 10 Forge Wardens. I had 10 Forge Wardens with the unit champion as well. So that was 150 points. So I got first turn. So here's the way the board looks after first turn. We started placing alternating units, and then I'm like, you know what? I want it. I really think I need first turn. So I went ahead, I dropped everything. And he did what I kind of thought he was going to do. I'm using that one piece of impassable terrain, we go by the base, to turn around and use it to anchor in my flank, especially with my my King's unit. And he's using the hill to hide behind because he doesn't want anything to do with my war machines. And meanwhile, and I've never seen my war machines get so much respect, but as I said, Chris is an extremely smart, logical player. So after so it actually does make sense looking back at it why he gave those items so much respect. So one cannon does go off, gets a shot, and does a total of 3 wounds to his Reapers. That's it. Killed 2 zombies. 3 wounds. So now it's his turn 2. He packs up his Reapers, puts up the bats, and he moves his Spirit Host, and he wants to go after those marksmen. I'm like, all right, not the end of the world. He's just hiding behind the hill. So again, I'm just picking off a couple zombies here or there, and that's it. So now it's I don't know why. Don't disregard the dice. The dice is incorrect. So now, but even still, it's dwarf turn 2. So I moved up. I did not mark the Forge Wardens that had the flaming shots because I don't want to take DT tests, but I moved them up to 3 inches also so they could take shots at the zombies. Moved up the warriors and my war machines. That's it. Didn't do anything else. Killed a couple more zombies, so now it's his turn 2. And again, he moves up the Spirit Host. He moves his Wing Reapers after healing them with a spell last turn. That's it. We kept making the joke. This is the fastest game of War of 9th Age, or Warhammer in general, at this point level, I've ever played. And we're just going right through it. And so now it should be Dwarf's turn 3. As I said, the dice is wrong, but does show the pause of the turns. So the Flame Cannon or the Organ Gun, one of them took off one of the Spirit Hosts. And that's it. Didn't do anything else. My cannon turned around and missed. Again, killed another couple of ghouls. And now it's his turn 3. He turns around. He actually charged the marksman on the lower right with his Spear Host. It was a far charge. I moved like no tomorrow. I actually passed with 2 4s. My dangerous terrain test, only 2 of them went through the impassable. And remember, impassable is DT3s. But again, he's keeping his army at bay. So my one thought was to turn around and flank up the left-hand side with my Forge Wardens, but he saw that coming, so that's why you see the ghouls up there repositioned the way they are. And that's it. The one nice thing about dwarves is I have magical shooting, being with my two of my cannons, being the Flame Cannon and the Organ Gun, because of the runes I have on it, but that's it. So, again, killed another couple of them. He raised a unit of zombies. He rolled so poorly, but so you got, I think, 5 zombies that got to stand up. So now it's Dwarf turn 4. I charge the zombies, blow up the zombies. My Flame Cannon and Organ Gun have a field day with his Spirit Host, leaving 1 Spirit Host with 3 wounds. And that's it. You know, get off, reroll my armor save in case it's, or -1 to wounds in case he does anything. And that's it. You know, kill another couple zombies. Nothing big, nothing major. His turn 4. So finally, turn bomb of force is going to be 4, 5, 6. He finally crosses over that threshold. Finally crosses over that threshold. So he moved his dogs up, right up the middle. Neither one of us knew why he did that. Don't know why he did that. But he moves his dogs up, and he moved his Wing Reapers up. He moved his General's unit up with his Blunder Lord and the Barrow Guard. Moved up his zombies. His bats are up there on the hill, and that's it. You know, nothing big, nothing major. He does do Steel Youth and kill 2 of my Kingsguard. And he chaffs up my General's unit. Still doesn't look like a... doesn't make a difference. So, let me go back. So here's the pick. Sorry, I forgot the pick during my top of turn 5. So I actually charged into his dogs with the warriors with the great weapons, which is the white blob above the 50-50 white blob on the left-hand side of the board. And my thought process was, if I turn around, if I'm able to break that, run straight ahead, I'm either going to have a flank of the barrel guard, or I'm going to be able to chaff them up. It's going to be one of those two things. My marksmen, their target is going to be the bats on the hill, because I don't want the bats on the hill to chaff up my warriors, my clan warriors. And yeah, that's it. I didn't want to throw him any extra points I didn't have to. So now let's go back. There's his still youth. That's his movement. So I kill his dogs, and I overrun. I overran like 11. So all of a sudden, his big unit with his generals all chaffed up in order to get to my general's unit. So now it's his turn 5. Nothing happened. Actually, he killed the warriors. Let me go back 2 pictures. He kills the warriors, leaving me 3 warriors. They break, they run, and nothing happens. So now it's going to be dwarf turn 6. So my warriors, after they broke and ran, actually rally. I move up. I kill that one remaining spirit host that he was chaffing up my general's unit, and then I reform. The shooting was phenomenal, and unfortunately I missed the picture from the previous turn. So shooting wise, my organ gun, which is actually still on the hill, it just happened to fall down in this picture, my organ gun and my flame cannon took out all but 2 of his winged reapers. So, and this turn, he actually put them back behind his bats at the bottom of turn 5, in which case, top of turn 6, my cannon finishes them off. They turn around, and that's why they're no longer on the board. Cannon killed both of them with a single shot. Great job, cannon. And I rally my warriors. I chaff up his big unit of ghouls so he can't bypass them. And everything else is in my front. I have nothing else, just everything else is in the front. So let me stick with this picture for just a second. So if you notice, this actually happened turn 6. There's not as many Graveguard as there used to be. My flame cannon on turn 6 opened up. I turned around, had a perfect shot because it was well within range, so I placed a template, and then it moves 4 inches, hitting the entire unit. That was potential of 23 wounds, needing 3s to wound, and then he would have a 6-up armor save. I did 21. Well, actually, no, I hit the entire unit, which was 33 with character 34. I did 23 wounds. He saves 2 of them, so that's 21 wounds from that unit. And then turn 6, the organ gun opened up into that unit as well, killing the next couple. So he has basically a single rank, which includes his character at this point. That's it. So come his turn 6, he's going, what do I do? I have nothing to do. I can charge my unit out by himself, my general out by himself, and maybe take on the, for points, go after the handgunners. I'm like, you can do that. I have a champion in there. He'll accept your challenge. You need 4s to hit him. In which case, I understand you're a Blunder Lord. You're going to be doing maybe 6 wounds, but I'll be steadfast. So leadership 10, you can get a spell off, making me shoot leadership 9. Leadership 8 because you have fear. It's an 8 rerollable. Odds are not in your favor. And let's be honest, if you turn around and if you do like what I always do with my Equitane and just rubber lance it, you can actually lose your general. All I have to do is 1 wound. I have a rank. Okay. And that may be enough to get you to pop. So he's like, you know, it's not worth Lady Luck. It just isn't worth it. Because I also have the stand and shoot reaction at this point in time. One of which is strength 6, D3 wounds. It's not worth it. So he looks at me and says, yeah, I know, you're right. But, you're right. So all he does is he actually charges into my warriors just to see what happens. So I lose about 5 warriors, which was unlucky for me, on the turn that he charged in. and I killed with those warriors, with the clan leader and a runesmith, 11 or 12 ghouls that after they charged me, because I was fighting, because they actually have spears, so I was fighting in 4 ranks, and I don't have hatred against that unit. My hatred was against Wind Reapers and the Grave Guard. It was not against the zombies. So, but still hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, and the characters did 4 wounds. I rolled a bunch of 6s. So already the ghouls, they're still above 50%, but they're feeling some hurt right now. And he's like, yeah, no, that I just wanted to see what the ghouls did, and obviously they did not do nearly as well as what I thought was going to happen. End result is it was actually only a minor victory as far as I'm concerned for the Dwarven holds. It was originally a 14-6 from the points, but he got the secondary objective. He turned around. We were playing hold the ground, so that's why there's a little marker, which again also needs to be painted, and I apologize, there in the middle. And he turns around, he moves up his zombies from behind. So I'm like, all right, there's 2 units with banners versus my unit, 1 unit with banner. So he got the objective. And he wanted to see whether or not holds could actually do hold your ground. It's like, yep, dwarves can do hold your ground. No questions about that. So because of that secondary objective, it was only 11-9. That's a close game. That's a real close game. If he did anything to me, it definitely, I think, would have swung back to his favor. I mean, so great job, Chris. Unfortunately, my artillery was on fire, and because of the threats from the artillery is what kept his army back. For the MVP, it was the artillery. The cannon, the flame cannon, the organ gun, more the flame cannon, and the cannon itself were more the MVPs, but the artillery teams themselves, they took out most of his Grave Guard, leaving a couple models. They took out the Wing Reapers. They took out a majority of the Spirit Hosts. So that really was are my MVPs right there. For the Vampire Covenant, at one point he got a wound with Lure of Death on my general, and that was it. Otherwise, it was not a pretty game, and again, him sitting back and kept me at bay until turn 4 when he was trying to get up and get the objective, and he thought he could make it like a 2-turn game, but that flame cannon, it just obliterated the Grave Guard. So that's it. Thank you for listening, and see you next time. Bye.